Is iPhone camera control the Touch Bar all over again? You remember the Touch Bar, right? The controversial replacement of the entire row of function keys on MacBooks that was supposed to revolutionize the way that you change settings on your laptop, but instead ended up just annoying enough people that Apple eventually killed it completely in 2023. Well, if you think about it, Apple isn't calling camera control on the new iPhones a button because it isn't just a button. It's a capacitive sensor that you can slide your finger back and forth on. A bar that you can touch. A touch bar. It's back, baby, but in this video, I want to look at it from the perspective of a filmmaker because I've seen a ton of reviews for camera control now with a lot of hot takes where people don't think it's really useful, but here's my hot take. I think that if you're a filmmaker, it's actually perfect for you and you're going to love it regardless of whether you love the touch bar on the older MacBooks or not. First thing though, we need to discuss the biggest difference between the MacBook Touch Bar and camera control. And that is that when Apple released the Touch Bar, that was the only way that you could change and access menu settings quickly without needing to dive deeply into your laptop's menus. Want to change your brightness? You could either click through multiple menus to get to that setting, or do it faster with this touch bar that's kind of annoying to use and replaced a perfectly usable button that was on your previous laptop. Camera control is thankfully not like that though. Yes, it is a button that is touch sensitive, but it's not like Apple mapped the control center functionality of your iPhone to it. Can you imagine that? Instead of just swiping down on the right of your phone to access your settings, you instead have to go over to the touch bar, like swipe down on it and then swipe up and down to adjust your brightness, etc. That would be a nightmare, a huge pain. Thankfully, instead of that, camera control is only used to open your camera and adjust camera settings, and it's only presented as an alternative option to using the touchscreen controls. And it's recessed and hidden enough that on the side of the phone that if you never want to use it or think about it, you don't have to. You can just use your touchscreen as you always have to take pictures and you'll be fine. Speaking of taking pictures with camera control now, one of the complaints that I do agree with when it comes to taking pictures using this camera control button is that anytime you press it to take a photo, you're going to be shaking your phone a little bit anytime you press it down, which can introduce motion blur. And in addition, depending on how you're holding your phone, this button can be kind of awkward to press. I have an iPhone 16 Pro Max with decently sized hands and it still feels very weird to use camera control vertically. I'm also left-handed, so if I'm holding it like this, it's like, I gotta kind of pinch it here, that feels weird. Even right-handed with the thumb, I don't love it. But this leads us into talking about using camera control for video because, as I said at the start of this video, if you are a filmmaker, I think you're going to love camera control, and here's why. While camera control arguably sucks for taking photos, especially vertical photos, do you want to know where it doesn't suck? Taking horizontal videos. Yes, once you rotate your phone sideways and start to hold it more like a traditional camera with your left hand stabilizing the phone while your right hand grips it, your index finger is going to naturally rest on the camera control button, just waiting for you to press it and start recording a video. Look how natural this is. It feels good. In addition, those complaints about getting blurry or shaky photos when pressing the camera control button do not apply whenever you're recording video because even if a few frames of the start of your video are shaky, that's just the beginning. You're probably going to trim your clip anyways, and you'll be recording for a few seconds, meaning that you don't have to worry about camera shake either. It's kind of funny, right? We as filmmakers have been filming so many things in vertical now because all of our clients want vertical social media videos, but I've spoken to so many friends of mine over the years that long for the days of yore filming horizontal videos. And now here comes Apple dropping a new phone that has a feature that feels purpose-built for recording horizontal videos. It's hilarious. And personally, as a filmmaker, I find that I've come to like camera control, and I'm excited to see what Apple does with it. I'm still waiting on more video recording apps to take advantage of this feature, but I'm really excited about the expandable options that we could have, especially in the areas of using camera control to open specific third-party video recording apps, and then changing the settings in them, because don't get me wrong, the iPhone's native camera app is great, but sometimes you want more control than an app like the Blackmagic Camera app gives you, and I'm excited to see what sort of custom features and controls we could get from it. Anyways, let me know what you think as a filmmaker. Have you tried camera control yet? Do you agree with my hot take here? let me know in the comments down below. And also, while you're down there, I'm going to include a link in the description to my Edit Videos Like a Pro guide. This guide is going to show you some of the biggest tips that I have for you to improve your skills as a video editor, regardless of whether you are editing footage that you filmed with an iPhone or any other camera for that matter. You can download this guide completely for free at the link down in the video description. Thanks so much for watching and have a great day.